CBS News Miami.
Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. We begin with breaking news. Just moments ago, the U.S. Coast Guard issued a grim update. They say a debris field discovered earlier today is the missing Titanic tourist sub that was carrying 5 passengers. All 5 on board are now presumed dead.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the families.
On Monday, the submarine carrying 5 tourists went missing near the wreckage of the Titanic. OceanGate Expeditions, the company behind the missing vessel, confirmed a short time ago that the passengers on board are believed to have, quote, sadly been lost. The crew included a British billionaire, a Pakistani businessman and his son, a Titanic expert, and OceanGate CEO. We're going to have the latest on this story tonight at 5. And taking a live look outside, it is a day of clouds and some showers, but it is the tropics that we are tracking. Next weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler has the latest. Cindy?
It's Tropical Storm Brett that we're watching right now, and it actually strengthened a bit this morning to 70-mile-per-hour winds. Now it's down to 65, so it's starting to feel the effect of wind shear coming in from the west-northwest. And you can see the center of Brett is far removed from the strongest storm, so that's indicating maybe it's starting to weaken at this point. But still, it's very close to Barbados, so if you have interest down here in the Leeward Islands, you're going to see some heavy rain, gusty winds for Barbados as it tracks through the leewards overnight into tomorrow morning. That's going to be the worst effects from this. Expected to continue its track to the west, and look how it weakens. And by the time it gets into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday should dissipate at that point, because strong winds, wind shear, should break this down and just completely destroy it. However, we've got tropical storm warnings in the blue areas. St. Vincent's, Martinique, St. Lucia is the only one that has a hurricane warning at this point. And I think it was just due to that 70-mile-per-hour uptick from this morning. We also have a tropical depression, number 4, that is just to the east of Brett. So this one actually looking pretty good at this point, expected to become a tropical storm maybe later tonight or tomorrow. If it gets a name, it will be named Cindy. And this one also no threat to us here in South Florida, expected to track to the north and west and be a tropical storm strength for a short period of time before it weakens again, and same type of thing, running into those strong winds, those shearing winds. So back here, we've got some showers still remaining out there, just a few light showers. Earlier today, the clouds, mostly cloudy day, and the showers, the stratiform rain that came in this afternoon, late morning, early afternoon, that's what settled the atmosphere. But we have a little bit of a little outflow boundary that's trying to deform here. So if we get some sunshine, we're not going to rule it out, but at this point, it doesn't look like we're going to see a whole lot today. Temperature now 87 degrees, so not as hot today because of the clouds and the rain, but it still feels very sticky out there, kind of hovering around 100 degrees. That's the heat index. So we're expecting our southeasterly winds tonight, mostly cloudy skies, and then tomorrow we're going to start with those showers and thunderstorms development because of the southeasterly flow, most likely over the interior, pushing the storms off to the west. So not as high of a rain chance tomorrow here along the coastal areas. Same thing again as we go into Saturday, but deep tropical moisture in place, really focusing on the west coast. But we are going to see quite a few showers and storms through the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, but not a washout. We're going to push that up to 50 to 60% chance, and heading into next week, same type of pattern. So not a whole lot of change there. Very warm, very sticky, and of course with those scattered showers and thunderstorms every afternoon, kind of lingering into the evening hours. This is very, very summer-like feel out there, so that's going to be the same. No changes there going into next week.
All right, thank you, Cindy. Chief Meteorologist and Hurricane Specialist Ivan Cabrera will be here starting at 5. He's going to have the new advisory on Brett and your next weather forecast. New video from the scene of a deadly hit and run. Police say someone struck a pedestrian with their car just after 3:30 this morning. It happened in the area of Northwest 32nd Avenue and 103rd Street. The driver took off from the scene. The victim was rushed to Ryder Trauma Center where he later died. Investigators do not have a description of the vehicle involved. If you have any information, call police. Now to a safety alert. The rise of artificial intelligence is making headlines. One of the most recent is how AI is cloning voices to scam people. CBS News Miami's Nicole Lauren has details on how to protect yourself.
Well, these scam phone calls are nothing new. They're happening all the time, right? But this one really has people freaked out, and it's all because of artificial intelligence. So what these scammers are doing is they're taking a short audio clip that's posted of you online, whether it's social media or whatnot, and they're using that with an app to clone your voice. So now they can call a loved one or a friend, and they'll sound just like you. Miami police says this trend is not only alarming, but it could work because it's appealing to people's emotions.
If you're calling me with my mom's voice, my dad's voice, my daughter's voice, it gets your emotion. It's like, is this really her? Is this, does she really need me? And your blood starts flowing. You get into it, and you're like, yeah, what do you need? I'll send it to you right away.
Here are some red flags that you need to look out for if you get a suspicious or frantic phone call demanding money. The first one is the request for gift cards. That's probably the most common way that scammers are trying to get you. Then wire transfers or even cryptocurrency. Then they'll tell you, do not hang up the phone, stay on the line until this transfer is complete. And lastly, another red flag, they're going to tell you, don't call police. Now, Miami police says you can easily find out if this is real by picking up the phone and calling the loved one or the friend they're impersonating.
The best thing to do is, if you get that call, pick up the phone right away and say, hey, are you calling me? Are you having trouble? No. And you know right away that it's not that person.
So another helpful tip that you can use, say it's a loved one or a friend, you guys get together, take away the cell phones, no Alexa, no Google devices, pull them aside and let them know, hey, I want to establish a code word with you if there's an emergency. Say that code word is yellow with your cousin Joe. So then Joe calls you and all of a sudden no one is using that code word. Immediately that's a red flag to you. This may not be my cousin because they never said that word yellow. That's another helpful tip for you to use. In Miami, Nicole Lauren, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, a local marching band is making history and making Miami proud. The major accomplishment by Florida Memorial University. Next. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Book challenges are front and center at the Miami-Dade School Board. CBS News Miami's Jacqueline Quinn tells us the changes in the works.
This has been a heated discussion. In fact, some of the outrage has been on social media. It's been a national talking point. And some of the parents here, though, they just want to know what exactly is the process here. Does one complaint mean that a book has to be moved? So the school board here, they've heard some of this, and now they are working on a new process for challenged books. The motion to set up a process to better communicate what books get challenged and what happens passed on Wednesday after public comment. This comes after controversy surrounding the poem The Hill We Climb by National Youth Poet Laureate Amanda Gorman was relocated at the Bob Graham Education Center, moved to an area for middle school students rather than elementary. And after this happened, social media exploded over some of the complaints. Some of the documents showed that the person who made the complaint not only did not get the author's name right, she attributed it to Oprah and alleged that it is hateful, indoctrinates, and not suitable for students. Yet this was the same poem that won praise after being read at President Joe Biden's inauguration. Part of the motion to review this was put forth because of this controversy. The documents noted that no challenged material may be removed from the curriculum because it presents ideas that may be unpopular or offensive to some. At the Wednesday meeting, we heard from parents and school board members on this.
Why did one mom who doesn't know literature, who didn't even read the poem or know who wrote it, get to trump the rights of everyone else in that school? The vagueness of these laws is forcing our schools to practice censorship.
And so what resonated was this whole opportunity for us, Dr. Dotres, is to contemplate in our review, how do we go about providing notice to parents whose children, unbeknownst to them, may be denied access to something that has been reassigned, removed, or in any case, an extreme case, banned.
Now, nothing has been finalized yet. The school board is going to be revisiting this again in August, and we'll keep tracking this. In Miami, I'm Jacqueline Quinn, CBS News, Miami.
New details in the case of an Aventura cop accused of misusing his authority. 30-year-old David Delgado has posted bond. The officer was arrested and is facing kidnapping, aggravated assault, and battery charges. 2 people initially filed a complaint about Delgado back in May. After an investigation, he was taken into custody. The Broward Sheriff's Office is leading the case, but Aventura police also launched their own internal investigation. Delgado was suspended without pay. In this week's Miami Proud, a local college marching band is getting international attention. Florida Memorial University's Roar are taking their unique sounds to France. They'll perform with bands from all over the world.
The most exciting part of our band is our sound. We have a very unique sound. It's a feeling that you get when you listen to our band program that stirs your soul.
The sound they're talking about is performed by Florida Memorial University's marching band, Roar. The band is getting ready to do something no American college band has done before. They will be traveling to France to perform at the 26th annual Band de Folies Festival, becoming the first to perform at that festival.
We want to be known as the best. So before I leave, before I graduate, I want to be known as the #1 band in the nation. So this being the only band in the U.S. to go up there and represent for the United States, that just means we just one step closer to our goal.
A huge accomplishment for this young marching band, first developed during COVID, proudly taking with them the sounds of jazz, R&B, hip-hop, and a little bit of rock and roll from our country to the rest of the world.
Be here now, be successful as it is now, so it was just like a very surreal moment.
That's a great honor, and then to be able to expose our students to the opportunity to be able to go to a foreign country and represent the United States.
They are amazing. The director says they use the band as a tool to empower students and send a message through their music of hope, courage, and motivation. That's your Quickcast. I'm Nasha Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami.